That's how I'm going to keep it when it comes to work. But, I received your letter and I'm so sorry about your concerns, but I needed to call you to let you know that your notary license has been approved. And she's like, you're not going to get anything in the mail. We don't mail the license out anymore because we would normally get the notary license in the mail. Every 4 years, I would get the notary in the mail. She's like, you're not going to get anything in the mail. She's like, if anything, you'll get an email, and you print out the email. I was like, I have been complaining about this license. I said I'm a YouTuber, but I didn't tell her my channel or anything. But I said I complain about it on YouTube. And I talk about the frustration, how frustrating this whole ordeal has been. And she's like, you know what? You go on YouTube and you tell them that the Department of State called you and make another video on how it went, that you received your license. And we called you. We actually called you. I was like, wow. And she called and she's like, they never call. They never call. All I was supposed to get was an email. So I did get the email. I'm checking my emails this morning. And I'm like, oh shit. I got an email from the Department of State. And in the email it says that the notary license has been approved and to print this out for my records. So I got it. Does it say it's from the, it doesn't even say it, but I don't want to. Let's see. Okay, I just hide my license number. I'm just hide my license number there. But I'm in the Bronx because before we had New York County, and it's until 2028. It's from Department of State, New York State. My notary license. I'm like, oh my god. The county clerk is Isha Bravo. The Secretary of State is Walter Mosley. Like, okay, my license number stayed the same. I'm like, okay, but I'm like, wow, like it just says a lot of professionalism. Like it's just common courtesy. Like I don't know how many times I have emailed the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I've emailed them about the job application. I've emailed them about the lawsuit. I've emailed them about concerns. I emailed the first, the second, the third jurisdiction of New York State. I emailed the 12th jurisdiction. I emailed the the government. It's somebody within the government about the no, it was about the job application because no one was letting me know something. Like common courtesy is to respond to a letter. If someone is addressing you about an issue, you're supposed to respond to them. I emailed so many people, so many judges, and only one judge got back to me. One judge out of like 300 judges that I emailed. One judge got back to me just to tell me, just to let me know that it was outside of her jurisdiction and she couldn't assist me. And I just wanted to let her know that it's okay that it's not in your jurisdiction. I just wanted to know, I wanted you to know what's going on in the Bronx because the Bronx is corrupt and nobody does their job, nobody addresses issues, and nobody fixes anything. So I had to let outside jurisdictions know what is going on in the Bronx. You know, I had to email the Department of State directly just to inquire about the notary license because the Bronx Supreme Courthouse failed to notify me, failed to give me direction on what to do. I had to figure everything out on my own. So for the woman to sit there and call me, like go out of her way, because she's not supposed to call people. This woman went out of her way and she's like, you know what? She got my letter. She got my documents. I sent her my ID, my proof. I sent her everything because I wanted her to know that I need my license and I want to renew my license. And I wrote a letter. I was like, I have to address my concerns and I just got to express myself. you know. And she addressed me, like she called me. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the Department of State called me directly, personally. I was just like, oh my God, like, thank you so much just for acknowledging me, because I have went to so many sources and no one has ever acknowledged me. And it's a big deal to me. And I was just so happy that to be acknowledged, it has been years, it has been hundreds of emails. I'm addressing people, I'm letting people know what is going on, and nobody would respond to me. Nobody would listen to me. Nobody would acknowledge me. And I'm just like, oh my, like they're all the same. Like the court system is all the same. Like the entire system is all corrupt. It's a good thing the Department of State is not affiliated with the Bronx Supreme Courthouse or any other courthouse, because the courthouses are corrupt, and a lot of people that have licenses probably had problems with their license because the county clerk's office failed to do their job properly, correctly, efficiently, thoroughly. They failed. They always fail. And they don't even want to acknowledge or let the people know they're not working with the Department of State any longer. The notary licenses has always been processed with the county clerk's office. When I started working there 15 years ago, that's how notaries were processed, in the county clerk's office. I never had to deal with the Department of State directly. I resigned, and now you have to go through the Department of State directly. You know, I everything that I have been saying about the courthouse is in the court document, and no one wants to pay attention to that court document. It has a lot of issues: harassment, bullying, retaliation, nepotism, favoritism, money laundering. It has a whole bunch of stuff in there, and nobody wants to look at the court document. I'm like, yo, if you look at this court document, you will see for yourself. You can do your own investigations, because I drop names. I drop names, and I say who is who, what's their title. You want to look people up, look them up. But nobody wants to do their job. So to be acknowledged by the Department of State is a big deal. And I thank you so much. You don't know how much I thank this woman. I did not get her name, but I thank her so much, just to be acknowledged. Like, it's a big deal, because I have been fighting. I have been speaking up for myself. I have been trying to bring attention to the issue, and no one does anything. And it's like, oh my God, nobody's going to respond to me. This woman responded, and it's just, thank you. Thank you for being decent, having morals, values, this common courtesy to respond to a letter. If someone writes you, respond to it. That's the least you can do. Oh wait, and that judge. There was one judge out of like 400, 300 judges I emailed. One judge responded to me in a formal letter. Like, she wrote the letter out and wrote me. And I'm just like, wow. And she gave me advice. And I'm just like, wow, like, she responded. Like, nobody ever responded to me. And I'm just, thank you for the acknowledgement. Thank you for that, because it means a lot. And I got my license. So thank you, the Department of State of New York State. Thank you. And this woman who called me, thank you so much for taking that little bit of time out of your day, out of your job, out of your life to call me. Thank you so much. Thank you. And she said, go make your YouTube video. I was like, I'm going to make my YouTube video. And just thank you. Always leave with love. Stay positive. Bye bye. Bye.